Hello everybody and welcome back to Kusogrand8, the bad video game tournament. I'm Brosentia and I very much appreciate all of you for being here, for watching and supporting. You could have done anything else during your weekend, like scuba diving. That could have been cool. You could have done that. But instead you're here watching, or watching a VOD, in which case you did go scuba diving. Good job, seriously. Great job splashing around in the water. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed and helped support it, including KDR during the last match. Thank you all so much. This is my main gig, and I really appreciate everything that you all do. So, without further ado, Crappy, take us to the game reveal. Let's find out what we've got for game number 3. It's an alien. It's gonna get you. Oh no, it was very pixelated as well. That's okay. The scariest thing in life is pixels. So let's go ahead and reveal somebody who honestly deals in polygons a lot more. Our dear friend, Cosmic the Dolphin. Cosmic, come here. I want to talk to you. Hello, Cosmic.
Howdy.
Hey, how you doing?
So I've had vertigo since last night.
Oh no.
But I have electricity, which, considering where I am in the world, is a good thing.
Okay. Vertigo bad, electricity good.
And also this was not the first game choice nor the second game choice, so it's been an interesting day.
Yeah,
but you know what? Even with vertigo, I got to eat a very good lunch of watita, which is like one of my favorite foods ever. So
I don't even know what that is.
So it's sorry for any vegetarians in chat. It's intestine that is cooked and cleaned.
Hey, guess what game we have coming? No, okay. I getcha.
but cooked and clean in peanut sauce, so it's got a nice peanut flavor.
Oh, peanuts! I like peanuts.
Yeah.
And I'm never okay. I'm not saying that phrase again because somebody is going to find a way to make it sound wrong. But it would also sound right. So, Cosmic, what game do we have coming next?
It is Hot Wheels Extreme Racing.
Ah, Hot Wheels Extreme Racing! Well, luckily that tracks with what you like to give out. This PS1 game is going to be the focus over the next hour. Whoever makes the most progress, of course, will be our winner. Whoever falls behind and unfortunately is not able to keep up with the others will only receive 2 points. And actually, I gotta ask you, what are the stakes for this match? Are we having anybody eliminated?
This is a 2-point match, so 2 people are going home due to this. And what's even more interesting is that 2 of the people in this match have been Kusogrand8 finalists before.
Oh, baby. That's exciting. Yeah. Who are the ones who have been finalists before?
So, if I'm remembering correctly, it was Lauracia, which was in 5, and KM Lone Mouse Wolf 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, fun. Let's see how the players are gonna do then when they have to deal with Hot Wheels. I am currently working on getting everything captured, so give me a second, everybody. Okay? You don't give me a second, then I'm not gonna have everything ready. Too bad. You just gotta deal with it. Welcome to my life. It'll take a second because I've been playing around with different setups, which works for everything except for the nightmare that is Game Gear sometimes. Thank you, Game Gear, for ruining my life. And making it so that I have to redo a whole bunch of the work that I did earlier. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so Cosmic, have you been playing anything interesting lately that people should know about? Any fun games out there? I know that you've been testing, like, and playing some bad games, and you don't want to share too much of that because, you know, you might give that out.
No, I've been testing a lot of other people's games, yeah, whenever I've had free time. And so, yeah, who knows? Some of those games I've been testing might show up. Beyond that, just, you know, Super Puyo Puyo 2 Remix.
Okay. On the Switch, right? Maybe?
No, Super Famicom.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know when the first Puyo came out. I don't know when the last Puyo came out. I just know Puyo Puyo. Sometimes you Puyo.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't do it in public. Anyways, I think it's just about time for us to start, and everybody is looking pretty good. Let me just make sure that I have everything correct here and not messed up. And as it turns out, no, because I ruined everything for Game Gear. Which, honestly, Game Gear ruins a lot of things. Ruining the way that I actually capture stuff isn't anything new. Okay, I think we're just about ready to go. Let me check with the players to see if they are good to begin the match. Yeah. So as you said, we actually have some very strong players here, players who have made it towards, made it to the bracket. And when you say to the finals, do you mean like the grand finals of Kusogrand8?
Not grands, but I'm looking at it, and I was just looking at the profiles, and I see one Kusogrand8 3 finalist and one Kusogrand8 5 finalist. I don't think it was the grands, but just, yeah, the finals, getting close to the grands.
Yeah, still making it into the brackets. Considering that we have over 200 players this year, and only 32 people making it into the brackets, that's the top 15% of players. Sometimes your first match, you end up not doing well, but then you can come back and still make it into the bracket. Yes, 2 of these players will be eliminated today, but that doesn't make them any worse. That just means that maybe they didn't have a good draw. And honestly, we'll have to see with this game. It looks like all of them are ready to go. So what would be good emotes for chat to spam? I think this is a little bit more obvious what style of game we've got here.
Yeah, I mean, it tries to appear Mad Max. I call it poor man's Diddy Kong Racing. I would say anything car related. Honestly, just looking at the design of the cars, firearms technically counts.
Yeah! Spam cars, spam firearms, spam whatever you want, everybody. Do it now, because as soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer. It looks like they're customizing cars a little bit.
Yeah, you can customize vehicles, and that is something that will be very important to do.
Yeah, come on, they're loading. You need to spam during the load. If you don't, keys, you put keys in your car in order to start. Okay, Flynn getting rolling right now. Perfect. And the players are off to the races, quite literally in this case.
Yep. Yeah, and Pixel Penguins, they're spending a lot more time vehicle choice, but yeah, everyone besides them already is in a race.
Yeah, with that said, players in general, you're not allowed to play more than about 30 seconds before starting. We do allow that so that people can test their controls just in case they need to take a look. But you can always look around at the various menu options and see if there's something that might work the best for you. With that said, it can sometimes also be smart at the very beginning of a match to take a look and see if there's something. So, like, it's honestly not a huge deal at the beginning here to waste a little bit of time picking out a car, you know, because we've got an hour, okay? We've got a full hour of this.
Yeah, to be fair, I actually would not be surprised if we have some finishes in this. This is not a very long game.
Okay.
But yeah, 2 players have chosen Catapult. One has chosen 4x4, and one has chosen the Silhouette. As you can potentially see from the way folks are playing, the driving it's very easy to get turned backwards and just lose control.
Yeah, please note, chat, we are aware that Flynn is having internet issues and he is making a local recording just in case we need, like, if the internet completely cuts out, we can go back and review the VOD that he has recorded. In general, we ask people, we do try to pay attention to when people are having internet issues so that, you know, there is a saved recording later on. Of course, one of my favorite stories about this, when somebody's internet did die, it turned out their internet didn't die. A bug literally crawled into their computer and roasted itself on their computer chip. They blue screened, and yeah, let's just say they weren't able to stream anymore that day.
Oh man, we have someone that's just ended a race already and is just restarting. That's wonderful.
Yeah, so do they have to take a certain place in order to move on?
It's all you need to do is win the championships. So once you win the easy championship, go on to medium. Once you win medium, go on to hard.
Gotcha. And how many races are there in each championship?
I honestly don't remember. What I remember is about each championship was roughly about 15 minutes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, it looks like Flynn has taken first place and is moving on. Time for a lovely little load screen. Talking about lovely things, though, our referees here are helping to make sure that we know how far the players have made it. And the referees for this match are Micro Buster Curry. We've got Mouse Wheels Extreme Spinning. I don't know who that is. That's okay. Taven's Hot Wheels Are Not For Sale, and Lane Starter Gate Dragus, followed and with a couple backup referees. Clades can fit inside 79% of released Hot Wheels cars. We know Clades fills an entire clown car, but can fit into Hot Wheels cars? What? That's amazing. And finally, Mendez prefers Skeletrix. I don't know. Is that another brand?
I don't know.
Skeletrix. I don't even know how to Skeletrix. I don't like it. I don't like that word, okay? Skeletrix, blah, 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 blah. Let me look this. Skelextric. That's not how syllables should be. That's not how... Okay. Whoever made that name, you suck. I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. You suck. You might have made a good product, but you made a crappy name. Skelextric.
So it looks like... so technically Flynn is in first right now, but nope, now Lauracia has officially moved into first. A lot of game to go, but...
Yeah, there is plenty of time. Also, Chad is letting me know that the Skelextric cars... My gosh, I still can't get over how hard it is to say that word. Apparently, those are the slot racing cars, and slot racing cars are so much fun. I love those. Yeah, have you played with a decent amount of those, Cosmic?
I've never really played with slot racing cars.
Oh, you should. They're fun. And the tracks are relatively easy to snap together and make work well. Like, yeah, definitely play around with some if you get the chance. I imagine they're pretty pricey, so find yourself a rich uncle okay? If y'all don't have a rich uncle, don't ask me. I'm not rich nor an uncle. Well, I guess I am an uncle. Not your uncle, though. And if I am your uncle, I'm not rich. I can't buy you those, okay? Find yourself a different uncle. Gosh. So, yeah, I can see why this is Hot Wheels Extreme Racing, because we're dealing with extreme environments and we have guns on our cars. What's the most difficult part of this game? Since this is Kusogrand8, we don't expect the games here to be perfect. Oftentimes they're going to have flaws of one sort or another. So what are the flaws of this game?
It almost plays like you're on ice constantly. It's very slippery controls. The tracks do have insta-kill areas, like Pixel Penguin just drove into one, which isn't fun whenever, you know, you have very slippery to begin with. Thankfully, you just you just respawn upon explosions. You don't actually have to redo anything.
Gotcha. Okay, just to help out, by the way, everybody, I'm going to swap the audio to player 2, because I know sometimes when there's audio coming through, I like to look at the screen that has audio, and with so much internet stuttering that we're having, that could make some people a little bit eel. You might become an eel, you know, you never know. Which is cool. Eels are cool fish, you know? Kind of lanky little guys.
So someone in chat said that my calling this Poor Man's Diddy Kong Racing was incorrect. This should be Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed, the Poor Man version, because you do transform into other vehicles mid-race. The only vehicle I like is the planes. The cars and the boats just... They just don't control well.
Okay.
The plane, it's easier to control. Also, the amount... If you notice in the... Oh, don't go into the skull. Don't go into the skull. Thank you.
What does the skull do?
It just blows you up.
Well, is that faster than reversing?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then don't drive into the skull. Good idea.
As you can probably see on Pixel Penguin's screen now, you can add upgrades to your cars between tracks. Notice that there's also percentages on the side. Those percentages tell you how much of the time you will be in each form. So Pixel Penguin is going to a course now where it will be 60% flight, 40% car. So, for example, if they had chosen to put their upgrade, because you get one upgrade in the easy mode, if they had chosen to put that single upgrade on the boat, that would have been a very bad idea. So you do want to...
That's fair that, like, you should judge which vehicle types need the upgrades. Yeah. Is there anything that, like, will make a certain vehicle type completely unplayable, or is it mostly you're just wasting an upgrade on something?
Yeah, you're just wasting an upgrade on something. And the upgrades... Your upgrades can basically be you upgrade the top speed of a certain vehicle type, or you upgrade its traction. I personally prefer traction.
Okay.
But, I think if I were to really speed run this, you would have to go for top speed. Just for straight peace of mind, actually playing the game, having more traction is wonderful.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh no, I'm taking a look at people who worked on this, and as it turns out, one of the people who got thanked for this game actually designed Alien 3 that we literally just had on Kusogrand8. Okay, So we've got some connections here. The company, the development studio, ATOD Design KB, made other games like Bugs Bunny and Double Trouble, which we've had on Kusogrand8, The Page Master, The Lawnmower Man, you know, the classics, the Kusogrand8 classics, everybody. Welcome to Troddlers. What the crap is Troddlers? Apparently they made a game called Troddlers, and that sounds terrifying to me. Might be oh, it's a puzzle game in the vein of Lemmings, and you take over a wizard? I just don't want to play anything that sounds like I'm playing a game called Toddlers, because I hate that. I don't want baby games, okay? I just don't want baby games.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I at the same time, like, this game, I would say so far it's actually running pretty well. Yeah, maybe all of the tracks have been hideous so far and just look like piles of dirt, which isn't super cool, but it runs okay.
Yeah, the game runs fine. It's just really slippery physics and uninspired track design. And the fact that those slippery physics allow you to just get turned around very easily.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So yeah, as someone that speedruns other Hot Wheels games, this was that I actually, though, if we go into a bit of my history with speedrunning, I actually had an idea of trying to speedrun every Hot Wheels game. This was one of the games that I said, you know what, maybe that's not a great idea.
Just skip this one. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, if you're enjoying all of the sound effects for this game, it turns out that the person who did the audio for this actually did the sound design for Until Dawn. Sort of the survival horror, teenage, campy type game. I actually really, I think that game hit its mark when it came to the amount of campiness that it had, and I love it. I've never actually played through it. I've just watched other people play it, and I think I'd prefer to keep it that way. I don't know. It's not my type of game, but I like watching a movie, you know. Mm-hmm. I'll let y'all watch the movie or play the movie. I'll watch it.
So I'm looking at the standings of the players, how many points they've gotten in each race. I'm actually thinking Pixel Penguin might complete the Easy Championship, but not win it, at which point they would have to redo the Easy Championship. So
gotcha. What I would suggest, by the way, because sometimes people can get a little bit confused, if Pixel Penguin completes it but doesn't actually win, and they try to move on to the next set of races, go ahead and send them a reminder that they need to go back and win the championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, these are 2-point players from the first match. Usually I like to be a little bit more willing to give helpful information so people don't lose on technicalities, blah, 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 you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Laurisha got the skull! Oh, no!
No. And there it should... Okay, well, apparently they didn't explode. I don't know how they didn't, but...
Apparently, occasionally you collect a skull and you don't explode. Indiana Jones definitely knows something about that. I guess.
Right now, I'd say Lauratia's doing the best by far because they've won every race that they've played through so far.
Very nice. Good job. Congratulations, you won the Easy Cup. I want an Easy Cup. Someone give me an Easy Cup. I'm tired of all these difficult cups. Seriously. Try to drink water and it's like squirts you in the face. Freaking difficult cup. No, I don't want a sippy cup. Okay, give me a medium difficulty cup then. How about that, huh? I'm not drinking from a sippy cup. That's for babies, okay? Give me medium cup.
Yep,
As
so
you can tell,
Lorra-
I've got a lot of insight here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just saying. I'm trying to think what would be actually a difficult cup. Would it be one of those cups that is a joke cup that pours water back on you? Would that be a difficult cup?
Ooh, maybe. Yeah. Cups that, like, have holes right around the rim.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's tough. Yeah. Okay. Good. Or how about a triangle-shaped cup? Like, you can deal with that, but, like, if it's shaped like a triangle prism, that's going to confuse some people. They're going to spill a little bit.
Uh-huh. Oh, and it looks like, if I'm seeing this correctly, it looks like Flynn Church just barely lost the Easy Cup at point, if I saw that correctly. Let me see what race they're starting in. Because if they won the Easy Cup, they should begin the same race that Lauratia's in. But if not, then yeah, they are. Yeah, they're restarting the Easy Cup. So
Well,
yeah,
good. I mean, it's good that they know. Okay, I'm gonna need to go back and play through these. Is finishing the cup but not actually completing it still a mark of progress here, or?
I would call that a mark of progress, yes.
Okay, it's just not moving on. By the way, I think I have a picture of a hard cup here, and it's... Okay, my parents got us these Idaho potato mugs, and the way that it curves back in at the top sucks. They suck so bad. You do not drink from these mugs because they're impossible. They're so hard. There is a hard difficulty cup for you, okay? It doesn't look that difficult, but, like, it's lumpy and uneven and just really, really difficult to drink from.
Okay.
We're very informative here.
Yeah. So yeah, Pixel Penguin will need to. They're going through the menu, so we'll see what they. Yep, they have to do Easy Cup again as well. So currently, Lauratia's the only one that actually beat the Easy Cup. Which, considering there's 3 difficulties, I don't know if that's good or bad news for the difficulty of this game.
Whee! Who knows? Well, yeah, right now it seems pretty clear that, I don't know. I'm super good at this. Laurasia, though, is in the lead, currently on the medium cup. Everybody else playing Easy Cup, although Flint Church may be through. We'll have to see. Or it might just be that Flynn has completed the cup, but has not actually gotten a high enough score to move on to the next one.
Yeah, Flynn Church is not. They're playing the Easy Cup again.
Haha, perfect.
So basically, the standings currently is Laurasia very clearly in first, Flynn Church in second, followed by Pixel Penguin, and then KM in last.
Yeah, Cam did just finish the cup, but I don't think that was good enough to move on. Laurasia could potentially, like, this might be the genre for Laurasia. You don't always expect to get a racing game in Kusogrand8, and because of that, somebody who struggled earlier on might actually do extremely well in one of the mystery genres, you know? It's always good to have a wide breadth of experience when it comes to genres. We try to keep things varied. It also really depends on the GM, you know? There are GMs who have different tastes. I tend to go... Like, my own taste, I tend to go with classic platformers or Oftentimes old games, but every once in a while I have a little mystery, very different thing in the mix. You know, I've seen you at Cosmic. This isn't the first driving game you've given. I don't think it's going to be the last one you give. You often have some sort of 3D game, even if it's not a racing game. Like, I always expect something in 3D from you.
So funny enough, both of my first options today were just simple 2D platformers.
Oh, okay. 2D platform, yeah.
But one was a Windows title that not everyone could launch.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And the second one got vetoed because somebody had actually played it before. It was a Game Boy Color 2D platformer. So.
Oh, baby. Okay. Yeah, I do like that we have a variety of genres, and there's still different platforms that we have barely had any games from, like Windows titles, things that are made to run native on Windows. You know, we don't have a whole lot of those, although we did have a Steam game that came out last month on Kusogrand8 recently, Dronko Wonko, which I loved. I love that game.
Yeah, no, that was an awesome game and an awesome match.
It was silly.
No, but the Windows game, the Windows game was a childhood game for me. So I do hope that it can still be given out sometime during Kuso, but it's easy enough that I only want to give it to low point players. So it feels like it's an easy enough of a game that it wouldn't have worked well for like a 10 or 7 point match. So
I love talking about like theories with that, because even quote unquote easy games, when you have multiple fantastic gamers playing the same game, you know, it adds an additional challenge because everybody knows that this is an easy game. How are they going to make sure that they take the victory, you know? And then people start second guessing themselves, making mistakes. Like there's, in my opinion, you know, we have a lot of, this game is really hard for the people who've done extremely well in the past. But honestly, I've given really sucky games to people who got low scores, and I've given actually really fun games to people who got high scores. You never know with me. I'll just give whatever I feel like.
Yeah. So, but the game that I did want to give out, just based on an emoji and say the fact that I was saying it was for Windows, one of the refs, I believe, was able to figure out what game it was just based on a single emoji and saying, this is a Windows title. And they were like, oh yeah, I know this game. So
send me the emoji.
It's a game.
I won't tell people what it is, but I want to see the emoji.
Egg.
Egg?
Egg.
What? Okay, now I'm curious. Don't tell me. But now I'm curious. I'll probably go look at the history here. Okay, egg for Windows, everybody. I mean, unless it was one of the Creatures games.
No. It's a French game.
I mean, that might be a French game as well, huh?
I don't know. I don't know the Creature series, but this was an independent French studio that had a game, had multiple games about eggs.
I mean, if you're talking about the Dizzy series, yeah, I know about eggs.
No, this was not Dizzy. Dizzy was a step up.
Okay, well, let's talk about what's happening on the screen right now, because everybody is trying to get through their individual cups right now. Lauracia is on the medium cup and has made the most progress, currently in first. Everybody else basically tied for second. It really depends on who completes the easy cup first, who will move into second. And remember, third and fourth will be eliminated from the match. It's very important that they clear the cup on this second attempt.
Yeah. Because Lauracia is the only one that seems to have really gotten a hang of it. Like, you don't Honestly, the computer isn't that difficult. As long as you manage to not get yourself stuck going the wrong way too often, you'll probably win a race. Probably. And I also find it interesting that, well, now KM is using the 4x4 vehicle as well. They started using the Silhouette, but the 4x4 vehicle has a lot of stats in just basic strength, so the vehicle doesn't get blown up by opponents near as often. Everyone...
Okay.
And that seems to be working well for them, actually. So I would need to double check, but I think they just finished that race a few frames ahead of Pixeled Penguin.
Ooh.
So if that's the case, then KM would have moved into third.
Yeah, that's a little bit hard to say, though, because there always is a little bit of stream delay. Yeah, it's really close between them, though.
Yeah.
So, both KM and Pixel Penguin starting back up. Is this the medium cup for them?
No, this is the final race of the Easy Cup.
Gotcha.
Yeah, all three players besides Laurasia are in the final race of the Easy Cup.
Well, I mean, considering that both KM and Pixel Penguin completed the Easy Cup but didn't get a high enough score to move on, that was really the mark of progress. You know, completing race 3 has nothing to do with them actually making progress, so that wouldn't change the standings at all. They already set their high water mark. They're behind that high water mark until they complete and move on to the medium, or they complete easy and move on to medium.
Yeah. Which, actually, sorry, no, they're both on the second to last race of Easy Cup.
Gotcha.
I got my... You know, they all of these tracks look just like mud. You know, it's...
I mean, except for Flynn's, which looks like a sewer. Everybody, you know what kids love, sewers and dirt. Honestly, though, I don't know. I played in dirt as a kid. What else are you gonna do? You're living at, like, our family definitely wasn't rich. Piles of dirt were great, okay? Play in the dirt while Dad goes out back and lights the trash pile on fire, you know, that's the good times. Oh, good old rural Utah, let me tell you. I hear robots. Where are the robots?
Yeah. That's just... Instead of music, you get random robot noises.
Oh, okay.
There are no robots. You get to hear robot noises.
Is it the cars talking to us?
That would be a logical conclusion.
People are noting that it sounds like Jabba the Hutt is in this game. I think that's the skull. When you collect a skull, it laughs at you, and then may or may not punish you. You said that people explode, but I've seen multiple people not explode after touching the skull.
Yeah.
Question now. Are players able to restart individual races, or do you have to play through them all and then start over?
This is a game that you need to play through an entire championship in one go, I believe.
Okay, so you wouldn't be able to start an individual or restart this individual race.
Correct, yeah.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so the skull just takes all of your health away. Oh, wow, so Laurasia has won the medium cup. So we've got a half hour to go, and Laurasia only has 1 cup left to finish. Very
nice. Everybody else significantly behind, and that is kind of life. Laurasia on to hard. Laurasia is definitely being the the pull-out person here way ahead of the pack.
Yeah. And yeah, they had definitely gotten to brackets in Kusogrand8, so this is a competitor that has Kuso history, has Kuso experience. So, maybe just having gotten that unlucky pull, a game that did not work for them in round 1, now they're showing their strength here in round 2.
Yeah, they're also, like, I know that people have real-life factors going on. Honestly, how you do in Kusogrande has very little to do with how I regard you as a person, and some of the best people in the community don't do very well in Kusogrande, and that's fine. Yeah, the thing is, like, I really appreciate everybody who comes and plays to keep us entertained, even if you're playing a game that's just dirt and sewers and dirt. That's what we've got here. Welcome to Kusogrande.
All right, Flynn Church won the Easy Cup, so they have definitely secured their second place.
Very nice. Flynn Church moving on to medium. That is a pretty significant deal. Very, very nice. However, KM and Pixel Penguin are onto the sewer level right before the medium cup. If they can do well enough on this, they may actually be able to move on as well. It just, unfortunately, is 3 laps. It takes a little while to get through. That gives Flynn Church an opportunity to move ahead of the other players significantly. So, hopefully they don't dilly-dally too much here.
Yep.
This game is so... How do I describe this? Like, it feels like... It just feels like it needed a little bit more polish in order to be finished. Like, the levels are uninspired looking, but a few asset changes and you could really liven this up. The lack of music during the races just makes it feel unfinished.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things that just make this game feel unfinished. I think if it would have just had a little bit more time to be polished, it wouldn't have been a bad game. If you could just get the physics just a little bit better, get some real music, this would have been a good game, I think.
Yeah. Like, there was potential here, but come on. That always makes me wonder. It's almost always like, I almost always say blame the management when something doesn't come together, because, the devs are doing their best. They really want to put out a game that people enjoy. They don't want to put out crap.
Right.
And oftentimes deadlines can run counter to art, or changing expectations, management being like, oh, with this Hot Wheels game, considering that Hot Wheels just came out with this new specific, like, turbo booster, you gotta make sure you put a turbo booster in, or like Hot Wheels just had these Transformer series come out, so you need to make sure the car can transform into an airplane and into a boat, so that it's all terrain, just like the advertised things. The demands that can be put on developers can be way outside of what they expected, and sometimes these demands come later on and they never knew about it. And how do you go and make significant changes when you're already like 90% of the way done with a game, and suddenly they tell you have to change everything? It's like, that's happened, and that's a nightmare. And honestly, yeah, considering that the game still manages to get released and quote-unquote finished, sure, it's not going to be a perfect product. It's not going to be a perfect game. It's going to have flaws, but they finished it, and it's out.
Yeah.
And, that's a cause to celebrate, even if it doesn't end up being the best game in the world. Every developer has a game that they're like, I wish we could have had more time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is one of those games.
Yeah, or it could also be like there are some games that it's like, I'm glad we didn't have more time because this was a nightmare to deal with what they wanted. So just get it done and get it out.
Yep.
It looks like Pixel Penguin did win the Easy Cup, and does it look like KM is on to Medium as well? Indeed,
Yes.
KM is starting the first race in Medium Cup. Now, 2 players will be eliminated because of this game. Right now, KM and Pixel are the 2 players who are on the chopping block, but if either of them can pass Flynn Church, then they could stay in the race. They could stay in the tournament.
Yep. And as one of the refs noted, Laurasia managed to have a glitch in their last race that was really funny to see. Might have to go back and rewatch how it exactly happened. They basically fell into an instant kill pit, and the way they fell in confused the game's checkpoint system, so they just teleported to the finish line and won the race.
What?
They were already on the last, so they just teleported straight to the finish line.
Oh, baby.
Which, I mean, with how far ahead they've already been, it's not like that was going to make much of a difference. Like, they were already, that wasn't a massive unfair advantage, considering the fact that they're already a whole cup ahead of everyone else. But the fact that they got that little boost was, in a glitch, was pretty funny. That's
great. Yeah, and unless otherwise specified in Kusogrand8, we generally allow people to have glitches like that, you know? It's not their fault that the game happened, and, or that the game happened, yeah. It's not their fault that the glitch happened. Go ahead and roll with it. If it ends up being beneficial, great. If it ends up hurting you, sorry. That's how games go sometimes.
Yeah, so I think Laurasia, they've won all the races in Hard Cup as well, so I think they're going to win Hard Cup here. And they've only got like a race or 2 left to beat the game, and yeah, I think they're going to be here with us in chat with the game finished while everyone else is struggling in Medium Cup. Oh. They are in 4th in the race that they are currently in, but considering that, you know, they got several first place finish shouldn't be a big issue.
Yeah, like, just finishing this final race might be enough to actually come in first place in the championship here. Yeah, let's see how Laurasia does. You can tell I've been talking a lot this weekend.
Potentially.
Yeah. My tongue hurts. Sometimes I say stupid stuff. How it does, you know? No, Laurasia, you got the skull. Oh, your health. Just don't hit anything or take literally any damage because you'll blow up.
And you know what? Laurasia's in first place in their race again anyway, so go figure.
I mean, Laurasia's been doing really, really well. It's been great. Like, this game has some significant problems, like being able to clip through the ground and finish a race immediately. You know, that's cool.
The other thing that Laurasia has figured out that I don't think the other racers have figured out is everyone has seen how ridiculously long the respawn times are if you blow up.
Yeah.
The respawn times for the computers are even longer than your respawn times.
Okay.
So Laurasia has been taking advantage of just taking out the computer race whenever it's available to them, and yeah, that makes it much easier to win races. If you basically take all the other computers out at least once during a race, you won't really have any competition.
Oh, yeah, Laurasia tried to shoot the enemy there, or the competing racer and is missing every shot, which happens. Laurasia coming in second for that one, but that might not matter. Let's see, has he finished?
I think there might be one more race.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Well, never mind, everybody.
We'll see.
Hyping up the moment.
No.
That was 3 out of 4.
Yeah, but they've got 13 points compared to second place having, if I read that correctly, 8. As long as they don't get last place in the last race here, they win Hard Cup. So, yeah. They're I think we'll have them in chat with us.
Sweet. Yeah, let's see how they do. So, the vehicle that Laurasia and KM are using is called the 4x4, which was not like any actual Hot Wheels car, so that's nice. They just invented a new car for the game.
Yep. And Pixel Penguin and Flynn Church are both using the Catapult, which was a real Hot Wheels vehicle. This game also has the Silhouette 2, which was also a real Hot Wheels vehicle.
Yeah, I see there was a Shadow Jet that can be driven in this Double Vision, a super modified Toe Jam, ew. Except TOW, okay, which was unlike any actual Hot Wheels car. And the Roll Cage car. Yeah, the Hot Wheels wiki has images of the cars as well as like the counterpart that it's most similar to. And let me tell you, some of these do not look at all like real Hot Wheels cars. Some of them do, but like what was it that we brought up? The Catapult. Okay, I gotta say, I'm not convinced that these are the same car.
If you want actual good representation of Hot Wheels cars from the same time period in video gaming, Hot Wheels Turbo Racing is the much better Hot Wheels game on this generation of consoles.
Yeah, I mean, look at these two cars. One of them is a brown mess with a giant cannon on it, and the other is a car.
Yeah, so yeah, Hot Wheels Turbo Racing actually has way more vehicles. They're all real vehicles, except oddly enough, Toe Jam is also in Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. I don't know why, but all the other vehicles in Hot Wheels Turbo Racing are indeed actual real Hot Wheels vehicles. And also Hot Wheels Turbo Racing actually lets you read who designed each individual Hot Wheels car that's in the game, and
really?
what year it first came out in.
That's kind of fun. I like that piece of information, even though it's just advertising Hot Wheels cars. Like, but it's still interesting, like the history of certain toys. I dig it. Yeah,
so if you want to, from this generation of consoles, Hot Wheels Turbo Racing did come out on PlayStation 1. It also came out on N64. I speedrun the N64 version of Turbo Racing. It's a really good game. But Extreme Racing, no. You get brown and more brown.
There's so much brown. Oh, look, I saw a gas can on KM's screen. Giant. I mean, you are Hot Wheels cars, so it makes sense that you're tiny compared to everything else. But there's so little world building in this. Like, you could have put so many fun obstacles in to make you actually feel small. Instead, like, the first cup and a half has been like dirt and sewers. That doesn't make me feel small, that makes me feel gross. Laurasia is through the race. In first place, I believe Laurasia may be through, or there might be one more race ahead. We'll find out.
Yeah, I think that was the last race, yep.
That's Laurasia the hard cup.
Yep, we can invite Laurasia in.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, sweet. We have a completion of the challenge here. Laurasia defeating the easy, medium, and difficult cups, sweeping this match and taking the victory. And it looks like we've got Laurasia with us. Hello and congratulations. You have managed to beat a game that really needed some music.
Yeah, the one track was very grating.
I guess maybe it's faint enough that I'm not even hearing it in we're listening to KM stream and I am not hearing any music at all.
It's like bad electronica.
Okay. Maybe it's for the best that we don't hear it over here. Maybe KM turned it off and they didn't even know.
It would certainly make the game better.
Okay, yeah, maybe so. But seriously, yeah, everybody else failed the easy cup. You know, they've been struggling a little bit on the medium cup. It seems like you had no difficulty with this game at all, though. Have you played many racing games in the past?
I used to play a lot of sim racing games, but as far as like kart racers, no.
Okay. Like, when you say sim racing games, do you mean like similar to real cars?
Yeah, like Gran Turismo or Euro Truck Sim.
Gotcha.
Test Drive, things like that.
Yeah, I'd still say that like would give you an experience that helps in a game like this. Maybe it's not a one-to-one application of skill that you have there, but it's still like is close enough that you're going to have a little bit of the experience here. Yeah, with the vehicle though, you chose, I believe, the 4x4. Why did you go with that specific vehicle?
Because it seemed like what I was seeing in the demo, it seemed like speed was the only thing that mattered, and I figured I would give the 4x4 a shot because I thought it had the highest speed. I may have been incorrect and I may have been misreading them, but it seemed like it was giving me an advantage on the, relatively rare occasions I could get to speed, but...
Gotcha. Yeah, it, like, with as many turns as there are, honestly, getting to the top speed is a little bit hard. Having reliable, I think, control and ability to turn ended up being pretty significant, though. Oh my gosh. KM! No! Sorry, I was watching KM Lone Mouse Wolf. They ended up, like, blowing up and accidentally turning the vehicle around. I don't think they even realized. I didn't realize until it showed the reverse arrow, and I'm like, what the crap?
They just drove straight off the edge in reverse.
Yeah. Did this game do anything well at all? Or, like, anything that you're like, yeah, other racers need to do? Or is it pretty much like all the good stuff can be found in other games and all the bad stuff is unique and kind of not good? Like, does it stand out positively?
Nothing really unique.
Okay.
But it's actually similar in a lot of ways to a lot of the like NES style single player racing games, or I guess era.
Okay.
In that you have a lot of pickups around you, but 90% of them don't do anything useful.
Yeah, I see pickups all over the place. I don't know what they do. They're there. I know the skull pickup laughs at you and reduces your health down to the minimum, but other than that, maybe some of the weapons, actually the projectiles, those were helpful for you.
The missiles, and I think I had best luck with the gun of all things.
Really?
But a lot of that was just, well, if an enemy was gonna pull out in front of me, they were gonna be right there.
Yeah.
And I could just stay on them. And it seems like it actually tracks enemy health, so they would lose health throughout the stage, and a lot of the times it just needed a second or two of the gunfire. I have no idea how strong it was. It seemed ridiculous.
That's fair. What was that, Cosmic?
I was going to say, I think that's actually why you were able to beat the game, and no one else has even gotten through Well, actually, now KM just got through Medium Cup.
Yeah.
But everyone else started over on Easy Cup.
Yeah, I mean, Flynn is also on Hard Cup, just FYI. KM and Flynn are on the same race, and both of them making a decent push trying to stay in this. But yeah, you didn't really have to redo anything here. You just nailed it out of the park. And Cosmic pointed out that when you explode, your respawn time is pretty huge, but it's technically even longer for the computers. So just killing them whenever you get the chance was a very good move. Definitely a smart move for this game.
Yeah, I noticed actually on the second to last stage, I was able to kill the person who had been getting second in basically every race on the final lap, like halfway through, and they ended up getting last as a result.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Yeah. Too bad for them, nerds.
Well, I noticed going into the final stage that I had 13 points and second place had 8, so...
Yeah, there's like no way you were going to lose, as long as you finished.
Yeah, I just needed to finish.
Yeah. And you did. You finished. You did it. Wasn't there a glitch where you fell through the ground and got warped to the finish line?
Yes, on I think the last stage of medium.
Okay.
I accidentally drove off the side of the little bridge to the very end, and I think because an enemy was where I would have respawned, I instead respawned on the finish line, which was it was just a couple feet ahead.
Yeah, that's still really funny. It's just like, okay, we're not gonna make you drive anymore. You earned this. Here you go.
Oh no,
cool.
it was the stage that KM is on right now.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so the first race of hard.
Yeah, I got first instead of second because of that glitch.
I approve. Thank you, glitches, for actually helping for once. Well, sweet. I don't want to take up too much of your time. Great job on, coming in first, getting through the hard races, and basically just knocking this out of the park. Is there anything that you're doing stream-wise or that you'd like to plug?
Not really. I've just not been streaming much lately.
Oh, that's fine. Anything you've been playing offline that other people should play?
I will actually do the inverse.
Uh-oh.
I really enjoy Dragon's Dogma 2, but unless you are super hardcore fan of the original, do not give it a shot. You are not going to like it. It is basically only made for people who were way too into the first one. Really?
Okay. I love it. The anti-shout-out, everybody. The rare anti-shout-out. I love it. Thank you, Larisha. It was great to have you.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, you take care, and again, congratulations. Oh, well, Cosmic, we only have about 5 minutes left. We're towards the end of this specific match, and we've got one match after you. Just so everybody knows, we generally do have matches every weekend. We will next weekend, but the weekend after I'm going to be in Atlanta for FWA. I've got a speed run of Xena out there, as well as hosting some blind races, so it's going to be fun. I'll let people know the website and where they can watch later on. Yeah. How do you feel that the players are currently doing, Cosmic?
So I think the real question is to look between KM and Flynn Church. I think Flynn Church really has it, but if KM could pull a miracle, they might get ahead. But I think the main the main focus is looking between Flynn and KM.
I believe so, yeah. Unfortunately, Pixel Penguin is still on the medium races, and there's just not enough time to get caught back up. Yeah, failing the easy races once was a recoverable mistake, as we've seen from all of the other players, but failing another set of races, unfortunately, it's too much.
Yeah. And I wasn't surprised that someone finished the game, but I was kind of surprised in just how easily Laurasia got through it. So I guess sim driving games really work. Now the funny thing is, whenever they said sim driving games, to just show the caliber of games that I play. Whenever they said sim driving games, the first thing that came to my head was My Sims Racing on the Wii.
My Sims Racing. Okay.
I don't know why. I wasted money on that. It was not a good game.
Like The Sims? Like, did you get to create a sim and then race around and go like, Arrivederci? I don't remember what they say. They don't speak Latin. They speak Simlish.
Okay, you do get to create a sim, but it's basically a chibi sim, and they don't speak Simlish. It is related to Sims, obviously, but
they don't speak Simlish?
They don't speak Simlish, and it's got a storyline. It's got a storyline. And you have to buy upgrades for your vehicles and everything.
Honestly, that sounds better than this.
Yeah, it is better than this. I mean, it was mediocre, but this is bad, you know.
Okay. There we go, Flynn through another race. I believe there's one more after this, and then that is a full completion. As long as Flynn can stay out ahead. Actually, let's go ahead and see the results screen here. Never mind, no results screen. Moving on.
Yeah, they're moving on to the next race. So yeah, Flynn Church is, yeah, they're in second. So Flynn Church gets to survive another day.
I believe so. Unless there is a sudden miracle on KM screen, there is no hope. Of course, miracles do happen every once in a while in Kusogrand8. You never know.
But I believe KM is an entire race behind, so.
Yeah, and is currently only on lap 2 of 3. But still, you never know how far ahead somebody else is in Kusogrand8. You might be neck and neck with somebody else. You always want to push until you are done.
This is what you get, stream, whenever there are too many vetoes.
You get a game that goes. Yeah, for those who aren't playing in Kusogrand8, if somebody has played a game before or knows too much about it, they can veto and should veto. That way we get a game that everybody is blind to, and we had a couple of those. And that, my friends, is Hot Wheels Extreme Racing for the PS1. Congratulations! That is time, and Laurasia is our victor. Moving on to round 3, Flynn Church takes second and also moves on. Unfortunately, KM and Pixel Penguin are being eliminated. Of course, I always like to say that should our referees have some different notes, we follow what the referees have said, but that is my understanding of the results here. Yeah, Cosmic, how do you feel everybody did?
I think everyone did pretty well. I think this worked out well.
I think so, yeah. And honestly, just like figuring out how to deal with the NPCs, how to deal with the other racers. Laurasia obviously figuring out that actually combat is worth it in this game ended up being very helpful there. Yeah. So otherwise, I think this has been a lot of fun, Cosmic. This is a game that obviously has a lot of problems, and we discussed those problems quite a bit. Is there anything else that you'd like to add about Hot Wheels Extreme Racing, which wasn't nearly as extreme as I was hoping?
So Flynn Church is just saying in chat that they actually really enjoyed that.
Really?
They unironically enjoyed the game. So
one man's trash is another man's treasure. And honestly, I'd say that the game runs relatively well. Like, it's not the most visually impressive game, but it didn't really have lag. It functioned well, and for the PlayStation era, that's more than you can say about a lot of games, let me tell you.
yeah. Very true, very true.
Well, thank you so much, Cosmic. I think, considering that we've been a little bit behind, we can go ahead and start moving on to the next game. So, have anything that you need to shout out before we let you go?
No, I think that's it. And enjoy Game 4, everyone. It's going to be a special one.
Heck yeah! See you, Cosmic!
Later.
Well, we are just about to the last game of the weekend. I am going to run a quick ad so y'all can get some water, stay hydrated, and we will be back in a couple minutes for the game reveal. Until then...